Hi guys, John here. Welcome back to another video. I'd like to start off by saying sorry that I haven't made a video in about a month's time. It's just, it's been pretty hectic. I went away on holiday for a couple of weeks. I came back, then I got sick, and I was recovering and I was getting the tank in recovery, and I just really wasn't feeling up to showing a video on the system. Now, a lot of things have changed since the last video. Well, not so many things have changed, but I've added a lot more stuff to the system in the form of SPS coral. Now, if you've been following me, or even if you haven't, this is an Aqua Reef 395. It is an excellent system, and I've been extremely happy with the system so far. The biggest things that have changed, like I said, is additions of coral, and that being all of my SPS system. Now, initially I was going for an LPS tank, which is more or less hammers, frog spawns, torches, and I thought that was going to be the majority of the coral in the tank. But recently I have found my new love, and that really is SPS. And I have found that I can keep it quite successfully, and although it's a challenge, it's a really fun challenge, and you get a lot out of it. In saying that, I'll get into the video and show everyone what's changed. So as you can see in this system, the last video I lost one piece of SPS, and that was basically due to when I went away on my holiday, and it was the one that was basically located in this section, and it was a really nice big bright yellow tabling Acropora. And I was really quite bummed out that it did die, but in a way I was really happy because it was a very large piece, and I wasn't necessarily 100% keen and set on that piece. So it did, in a way, give me more room for a lot more pieces of coral. Other than that, nothing has been lost, and I've been very grateful for that. And it's been really great. Basically from that day out, holiday-wise, I went away for a week and a half. I ended up going to Fraser Island, and for anyone that's interested into where I went, and I had set everything up dosing-wise, and had come back to a very sad-looking tank. Now that's probably going to be expected with most people that are leaving, and it's something you just have to get your head around, that you're not going to come back to really a tank that you left it. 9 times out of 10, something will have changed, and you'll know it. Maybe it's something good, maybe it's something bad. The last time I went away on holiday, I came back to a much better looking tank, mainly because I had set something up from the full week and a half that I went away, and it was implemented that entire week and a half. So the additions of coral that I did add, that is a little bit unusual for my particular taste, is a purple sea fan. Now, it's a little bit hard to see, and I apologise about that, but you can see it takes up this entire middle section. It is probably one of the most interesting and nicest pieces that I've ever seen, and that's what really drew me to it. It's a very gorgeous piece. The only downside is that it's non-photosynthetic, meaning that you have to feed it. And for anyone that watches me, I really don't either like to feed my tank, and I really don't feed my tank at all. I've now, in a way, implemented a lot of feeding into the system, and that did bump the nutrients up a bit, but I've managed to cut it back down to a manageable level. Now, apart from the sea fan, that is only the soft / LPS corals that I did purchase, and this side of the reef is staying exactly the same, or has stayed the same. Nothing has drastically changed, or nothing has changed at all. I ended up moving my hammer from up there to down here, which gives it a bit more of a full effect, which I do think looks quite nice. Almost all of it conjoining together and creating a really cool looking effect. Mushrooms are doing great, if you can see those. More heads popping up, or more pups. Torches, absolutely phenomenal. The reason why they're a little bit closed today is because it's about 8 o'clock at night and it's pretty much their sleep time, and it's the only real time I can make a video, so that's why they don't look as open as they are. Zoanthids are looking absolutely amazing. They're growing like crazy. It's very interesting to watch how quickly they grow and how rapidly they can produce in the right systems, which I'm now finding out. The other addition that I did add / in a way didn't add is this chalice. Now it's kind of odd that I say didn't add. I added it, but it was out of a live rock system. So for you guys that don't know, I work in an aquarium shop, and we have a live rock system, which is where we sell our live rock. And any coral that really isn't doing well, we just toss in there. And I thought I'd give my hand at trying to rescue a coral and seeing if it could survive. So I chose this lovely chalice coral, which was a bit difficult to get around to first coming on, but it seems to be absolutely loving where it is, and it is coming back quite nicely, I do believe. So let's get into the SPS additions. Over the past 2 weeks, I've gotten the most pieces. Past couple of days, I got this lovely green acro, this nice bluey orange. It's quite interesting piece. It's got blue polyps. I'm not entirely sure if it is a blue stag. It most likely is, but it's showing a lot of green and yellow hints to it, which is very interesting. And if you can see, it is a very large piece, so I'm very excited to watch that grow and thrive. I ended up getting a green Monty, which I've wanted for quite some time. A pink Pocillopora, which you can see over there in the middle of the screen. Another really nice blue stag. And a purple stag / acro in the middle. And also my bird's nest. I didn't purchase the bird's nest as a new come, but I could almost consider it a new coral because it looks so different from what I got it. It did take a big beating to the nutrients that happened in my system while over the time that I was away, but does seem to be coming back, which is very good. The biggest, I guess, issues that I had while I was away was my SPS turning dull, not brown, not bleaching, but just dulling out drastically. So my green stag, which you can see over here, is not so green anymore, and my green, pink, and purple, in a way, acro certainly isn't as vibrant as it once was. And that was an issue for me, and I've now cracked down on the nutrients. I replaced my phosphate media, which I had depleted quite rapidly because of that overfeeding, and the phosphates and nitrates were getting very high, so it was stripping them very fast and therefore used up most of its, I guess, energy. And so I replaced it with Roll-Phos, which is the first time I've used Roll-Phos on this system, and it's working extremely well. And that was mainly due to the overfeeding or the upped feeding schedule / regime that I had put on the system, and it certainly showed in the health of the coral. Now, all of that's back to normal. For you guys that are interested in my parameters, my calcium's at 540, which is very high, which is it's higher than I'd like it, but I'm keeping it at the same level because I am adding quite a large amount of SPS to my system. So I thought I might as well just leave it at the same level and just add a lot more SPS, which they'll draw it out, so I don't really have to keep it up. It is somewhat of a waste, but I'm happy with that, and I'm certainly happy with the growth that I'm getting out of my system. Now I'll take you back a bit so you can have a bit more of a full tank shot. Move to the side a bit and have a bit of a talk. So, like I said, yeah, I got all my coral parameters in order. So my calcium is at 540, my alkalinity is at 8, my nitrates are slightly elevated, but it's where I want them. It's between 3 and 4. I usually have them between 1 to 3, just for some coloration of the coral is where I like to have it. And my phosphates are at 0.025. And all these are tested so from NIOS test kits. Nitrate is tested from Red Sea. But everything else I said, calcium alkalinity, phosphates, and that's it, is all NIOS. And the only Red Sea is the nitrate. And magnesium is 1:560. So you can see that everything is set in a good ratio as where it should be, and it certainly has shown improvement over that period of time. Now, in doing that, I did change my lighting schedule about. For you guys that don't know, I run 3 AI primes on my system, 2 of which are HDs, which are those 2, and that's the one original prime that I had, which is just the normal one. And they certainly can do the job. If you have any doubts of their, I guess, powerfulness, this is a 2-foot deep tank, and it certainly does the job too very well. Now, in saying that, although I changed the lights to show a bit more color in the coral, I wasn't seeing that too much. So I've recently purchased in the last 2 days almost a color schedule for my corals, color dosing. So that's I'm dosing iron and manganese and potassium. Now, if you have a keen eye, you would have seen my chorus wrasse trying to dig and go to sleep in the bottom corner. So if you want to rewind the video, have a look at that, and that was actually really interesting. I'm not sure if he was going to sleep or attacking some type of worm in the sand. Now, back to, like I said, my color schedule. So I'm dosing green. I'm dosing iron for greens in my system, and I'm dosing potassium for pinks, reds, and some greens in the system. And I've only recently been doing that over the past 2 days. I haven't seen much of a difference at all, and you really shouldn't see much of a difference at all within 2 days, but I really have confidence that I should be seeing some enhanced coloration, particularly on my green acros, montes, and certainly my green stag, which had dulled out a lot in the past couple of weeks. Now, although I'm not seeing great coloration, I'm seeing excellent growth in all my SPS, and you can't necessarily get both. It's one or the other, so I'm trying to get more color and a happy medium between color and small amounts of growth. Now, other than that, everything has been really stable. Nothing else has changed. Fish stock has stayed the same. So my fish stock consists, I believe, now of 13 fish. My blue tang, my yellow orange shoulder tang, my eblei mimic tang down there. I've got 2 photon clownfish, cleaner wrasse, melanaris wrasse, my red chorus wrasse, which you saw. Got a bicolor blenny over in the corner over here, which you can see, and 2 Bangai cardinals. And I do believe the Bangai cardinals from the last video were a new addition. I do believe they are. If not, you guys would have already seen them, but the Bangai cardinals have probably been one of the most interesting pair of fish that I've added into my system, only due to because how well they settled in. I thought they were going to get beat up due to my aggressiveness of my tangs, but they really did excellent in acclimating to the fish. They're an absolute joy to have. They're really interesting. They really pique my interest in their looks, and they certainly have great characteristics and a good personality on them, which you can see here. They're very cool looking, and I do very much enjoy them. And my 2 golden head sleeper gobies. Forgot about the power horses of my system. So that's basically just a general update on the system. It's mainly been coral based, and I've been very happy with how everything has come. I hope everyone is happy with the videos. I will be doing more in-depth videos. I just haven't been really at home, or I've been at home but very sick. And I hope everyone can enjoy the new videos that I'll hopefully be producing, and get back in the groove of things and be popping out some quality videos. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.